Hi, welcome to www.mywealth.com. I'm Bob O'Brien. I'm one of the senior instructors here with the courses. Today's video blog is medical expenses, a commonly missed deduction. Unfortunately, a lot of people do miss this deduction because they're ultimately not ready for it. It's not one of the consistent deductions that we do have, like our mortgage, our property tax, and so forth that we take from year to year. And if you do have this deduction, I do want to offer you my condolences because it is in light of some illness or injury that you are dependent incurred. So we want to make certain all the more that we understand it really well. You need to reach a 7.5% floor when you have some medical expense deductions, because people have medical expense deductions all the time, but it doesn't do them any good in terms of money back because of the fact that they don't hit this floor. So in other words, if you made $100,000, you would need $7,500 in order to take really tax money advantage of the deduction. And the other thing is that this is when you usually really need it. Sometimes someone making $100,000 incurs a medical expense, and they may be out of work, and so they really need the deduction, and also the floor comes down as well. If their income is cut in half, that floor gets cut in half as well. That's why you really want to make certain that you understand the deduction and the planning tip, because that's what I think is going to make you remember this deduction in case you have something. Let's just go through some of the medical expenses that are deductible. And there's a list, so make sure you check the written blog where there's a list of 75 of these deductions. There's a link to where there's 75 of these. But I just want to mention a couple now. Dental treatment, disabled dependent care expenses, eyeglasses, eye surgery, insurance premium, Medicare A, B, and D, and special education as well. So all those would be considered medical expense deductions, and there's about 70 others as well. So again, make sure you check the written blog and you go on there, and you can get more detailed, nuanced information about this deduction there as well. But I want to get into the planning here as well. And we've all heard of athletes that perhaps had a knee or a shoulder injury where they played out the rest of their season and got that surgery at the end of the season. A lot of adults do that as well. So what you can do is, if you have something where you know you're going to incur a large medical expense, is any other medical expenses that you have in that year, try to have them all at that time. Now I realize this may not be feasible sometimes. If you need immediate care, get immediate care. But sometimes, and more often than not, sometimes we can structure this and we can load up in one year. And therefore, you start getting real money back because of this deduction. And you take advantage of a situation that's not that great, and at least you get some more money in your pocket. Another note on that is you want to be careful of the alternative minimum tax, because this deduction is an add back for the alternative minimum tax. And there's really no substitute for a tax projection if you were looking to take advantage of this strategy. So you always want to do that if you're doing it yourself with a tax program or with your own tax advisor. So I hope you take advantage of this, or at least make a mental note in case you ever incur this. And take a look at our courses. You'll have access to me for 10 days throughout the courses. Any tax questions that you want to ask for $25. In fact, right now we're running a special where there's 20% off through April 15th. So you'll be able to take advantage of all my experience. I'll be able to help you make sense of some of the nuanced things with the tax code and make it practical to you. In fact, someone questioned me the other day, what deductions should I be looking out for? And I sent them a whole list of things based upon where they were in life, their age, how many children they had, and so forth. So those are the things that you can be taking advantage of as well. So make sure you do that at www.mywealth.com. My name is Bob O'Brien again. Thanks for being with me today, and have a great day.